Hey, what's up everyone? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review we are looking at the Gundam Sandrock and Gundam Heavy Arms part set, which is a collector shop exclusive. Just the parts to take Heavy Arms and Sandrock from their Season 2 look down to their Season 1 look. So we're going to do that. I haven't done this before, so bear with me as we try to go through it. I kind of have an idea of what's going on, but we are going to give it a crack. Let's start with Sandrock. So he has his backpack on already. It comes with him in the standard packaging in his regular release format, whatever you want to call that. So that's a standard backpack, and we have two parts that need to be replaced on this backpack. The first one is this piece right here. You know what? Let's pull the backpack off. It'll make it a little bit easier. So the first piece comes off at the top. It unpegs. So that one pops off right there. We're going to set that aside. And this one should slide straight down. So that's the basic backpack. And now we have a piece to replace each one of those. And the first one that gets replaced, it doesn't really matter, I guess, in the order, is this one. And that just gives us a standard, peg hole for the display stage. And then this one, how does this one go on? Oh, I'm sorry. So we have that. I didn't realize it was the same thing. So you can use that if you want to, or if you can take that off like that, you also have just the plain old filler piece. Apparently there is no replacement for that other top piece. So that's that. So we can put the backpack back on. If I find out there's another piece, we'll get to that, but I don't think there is. So that's just the plain old broken down backpack. The next thing we have to do is pop off his butt flap. No more butt flap, and then we have a new butt flap. So most of these pieces are very similar, just going to be losing some detail, changing some details. So this is the current one, this is the one from the option parts set. So that goes on in place, and now he's a little bit more basic again. Next thing we need to do is swap out these right here. These should pop out. Sometimes these kind of pieces are a little tricky. We're getting there though, I think. Maybe not. Let's use the knife carefully. If you're using a knife to do stuff like this, be very careful. One, you don't want to scratch the figure, and two, you don't want to slice yourself open. So pop these guys out. They should just come right out, but it doesn't want to. Hopefully the person I bought this from didn't glue them in or something stupid like that. There we go. It's out. So then we replace that. I'm going to leave one in on one side just so you can see. We replaced that one, the big one, with the tiny one. Again, we're breaking these guys down, taking them back to their more basic version, essentially. In Season 2, they were modified for flight, and so Season 1, we're going to need fewer thrusters and that sort of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on there, so you can get the whole look of it. So there's that. I think he might be done, actually, other than his accessories, which are these two giant shodels. The regular release comes with two small shodels that look like this, and then two giant ones that are the glowing orange. Well, he just comes with two of the giant ones that look like this. So that's pretty cool. Don't really need to do anything with those. They can still peg in up here. But we're not going to bother doing that because you know what that looks like already. So we're going to set Sandrock aside. I'm pretty sure he's done. And then we're going to look at Heavy Arms, which is one of my favorite Gundams ever, of all time. So he normally has a backpack that you put on. It comes with him. Has the 4 thrusters, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my Heavy Arms review. This option part set gives us a new thruster, a new backpack with just the 2 thrusters. 2 on the bottom. The other one has 2 on the top also. So that's that. Then we also have a butt flap to replace for him, which I'm not sure why, because they seem to be the same, but whatever, we're gonna do it anyway. So that comes off. Hopefully it should come off. That one feels like it might be glued. Well, let's just look at the butt flap and compare. Oh, I see. So this one, again, doesn't have the little vents on it. So we are breaking him down. There is a difference. If you can get the pieces off, it really helps. This is a problem with buying things used. Sometimes they tend to be glued. I'm gonna cut the camera and check that, and then we will come back. Alright, so the guy that sold it to me did have it glued, but I've got the new butt flap on, no thrusters, so that's good. Now we also have new side skirts. So instead of that, we have, basically we're doing the same thing again. Same thing, but no thrusters. So we're going to peg that on there. And this is why they did a part set instead of releasing the figures all over again, because they're essentially the same figure, just minor detail changes. So no need to release a whole new figure. So there's that. And then of course we have to do new front ones. Be careful with these. These guys like to break sometimes. Not his in particular, just in general. It's a very small connection where that peg is. So the difference between these is just that. Minor detail changes again. So let's pop this one off. And do this one. This guy does have one fairly significant change that we're going to get to, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so all of the skirt pieces are done. Now we have a new arm gun assembly that happens. So let's take a look at what we have. So I'm pretty sure you want to do it on his left arm, if memory serves. I don't think it technically matters, but I'm going to do it on the left arm. So that pops off at the bicep, and then you replace the bicep with this arm. You want to do it this way. And this is where he carries a spare a beam saber handle. That's what I'm trying to say. So that just snaps in right there. So I remember he ran out of ammo, I think it was, and he was getting his butt kicked, so he whipped out his beam saber handle, and he does come with a beam saber blade. So you put that all together, and to use the beam saber blade, he comes with a thumbs up hand. So that's pretty cool. Put that on his right hand, he can take it out of there. And then we also have, if you don't want to go this route, you can leave that part off. Don't put that new arm on. Leave the regular arm on. And is that in? That's in. And now we have a new gun piece, and we can just pop this hand off and pop this gun on right there, and that's the single-barreled gun that you may remember, and it has spinning capabilities, and then it has also a handle for the other side for his other arm to grab onto. So that is pretty cool. Oh, I forgot something on Sandrock. I just remembered. Alright, we'll do that in a second. So now he's got the single arm gun with the handle on it, or single gun arm with the handle on it, so that's pretty cool, and he's got the rest of the stuff broken down. So that does it for sure for Heavy Arms. And now for Sandrock, the last thing I forgot, which I don't know why I forgot, these guys pop off, and we have new ones that go on, of course. Or I could just throw it on the floor. We'll use this one. So that slides in. Normally it has the little double vent thing, and this one just has the single vent, so you can't tell from the front too much. But that's it. So the part set, it's a relatively cheap part set, even though it was an exclusive, because it's not, there's not a whole lot to it. But it is cool that you can break down the figures to their Season 1 look, and that's why I have a spare one of each of these guys, so I can do just that. And it's a pretty nice part set. So if you're a fan of Gundam Wing, I do recommend it because these guys look pretty nice. They're two really cool Gundams, and it's nice to have different versions of them. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more figure reviews, custom figures, and other good stuff. And in the meantime, keep collecting.